Awareness is all that you have and all that you are. Out of your use of it comes all that you choose to experience. Hello friends, in this video I'm going to be talking about Lesson 8 in the Way of the Heart. Now this is the first of the trilogy of the Way of Mastery, which are a series of books that are a channeling of Jesus or Jeshua ben Joseph. And these books are by JON MARC HAMMER or Jayem. And they reestablish Jesus' teachings and provide a pathway to enlightenment or to remembrance of our true spiritual nature and our oneness with the Creator or with the one true self within everything, or to Christ consciousness. Lesson 8 is about responsibility, and it means taking responsibility in what you choose to have your attention on in your awareness. And in other words, what you choose to create, because what you choose to create is what you experience. It is fully accepting that you are the cause of your reality experience, that you are never not creating. You're always creating. Whatever thought you're having, whatever beliefs you're having, those are what are creating your tomorrows, your experiences right now, and the experiences that will come. But before we get to that, he opens the lesson with describing why he calls it the Father. Whatever you wish to call it, he describes why he calls it the Father, or Abba in Aramaic. This means that you abide in a relationship, created to creator, offspring or child to parent, that is so intimate, a bond so deep that it cannot be broken at any time. As a wave that arises from an ocean cannot be separated from the ocean itself, so too in each and every moment in your experience do you abide in a union so powerful, so mysterious, so intimate and immediate that the mind cannot comprehend it. So just like a parent, when they have a child, that child carries its genes, its characteristics. So just like us, we carry those characteristics of the Creator. And there's an intimate, loving relationship with our source. Then he goes on to say how we are in relationship with everything else in creation. We are in constant relationship and communication with all of creation. Now it is our ability to have our attention and our awareness on certain things, and that's kind of an optical delusion of us being separate from certain things, because we can focus in and just experience a small portion of that entirety of creation. But that doesn't mean we are never not connected to all of creation, or that we're not communicating with all creation. You are, therefore, in relationship with all created things, and there is a communication that occurs without ceasing. And then he provides an image. He says, imagine a calm, clear pool of water, and then imagine taking a pebble and dropping it into that pool. And he says, this is what's always happening with our thoughts. The pebble is our thoughts. So whatever pebble we're dropping drops and hits the calm water and creates ripples. Those ripples go out, and they go out forever and forever and communicate with everything and all creation. So we are constantly creating ripples that are being sent out and that reverberate back to us. And this lesson is really just stating the law of attraction, which has become pretty popular and pretty well known. And it's saying that we need to be aware of this law and take responsibility for it and choose consciously what to create, what pebbles to drop in. You are therefore never experiencing anything except what you have chosen to create through your selection of the pebbles that you have dropped into the field of your awareness. You literally never experience a solitary thing. You do not experience objects. What you experience is the effect of a thought or a belief in objects. You are then a web of relationships out of which you have selected certain pebbles, whether they be thoughts or perceptions or experiences, and you have dropped them into the still clear pool of your awareness in order to create even more ripples. And then you have chosen which ones will have the greatest value for you. These you lock into your being, and they become your emotional field. The emotional field is the first level of crystallization of the body. From the emotional field, a further crystallization creates the appearance of a physical form. This is similar to a thing that Bashar shares, and Bashar is channeled by Daryl Anka. And he says, first it's our beliefs, then it's our emotions, then it's our actions, our physical body, and our thoughts. So this is the level of crystallization which creates our whole experience, our whole personality. Beliefs, emotions, and actions. And then Jeshua goes on to say it's crucial that you say to yourself, I am the cause of all these effects that I experience. I am not a victim. Everything is neutral, and I cause the experience I have. If you would choose to awaken wholly, it is absolutely necessary to own, as your own, the pebble that drops into the still, clear pool of your awareness with the thought, I am the one who chooses the effects I experience. I alone interpret all neutral relationships or experiences. I alone place the value upon objects, things, thoughts, belief systems. I alone am the literal creator of my moment-to-moment experience. And he goes on to say this switch from being a victim to taking responsibility changes everything in your experience. This, as you can see, changes everything, for never again can you allow yourself to feel as though you are merely a victim of unconscious forces. Never again can you look out beyond yourself and find fault with another. Never again can the energy of blame be projected from you to be dumped upon another. Never again can the energy of judgment hold sway in your holy mind. This thought, this one singular pebble, dropped into the still pool of your awareness, is absolutely essential if you decide to awaken wholly. So why does it seem like we're at the whim of all these different influences outside of us? And why does it seem like we are not the creator of our experience sometimes? Well, he goes on to say, which I really like that he points this out, is that you are never not creating. And even if it seems like you aren't creating, that means you created that experience. So you're still creating the experience of not being the creator. You're still creating the experience of being the victim, of having everything influence you or affect you, and of you being pushed about by all different energies and vibrations coming from everyone else. So we are such powerful creators that we can create the experience of separation, of victimhood, and so forth. You've created the insane emotion of trying to separate the wave from the ocean itself, and you will create the perception of separation even though nothing in reality has been affected. So he says, this is the one thing you do not have free will about. You cannot decide to not be creator. You always are going to be creating. The process of healing is not difficult. It requires only your willingness to accept that you are the effect of the creator's desire to create like unto itself. As a wave is the effect of the ocean's desire to express itself in a new way, a new form, and to bring a uniqueness to every wave that arises from its mysterious depths. Surrender, then, is the process in which you finally relent. You give up resisting the fact of your very existence. You stop whining about it. You stop lamenting it. You stop worrying about it. You make the decision to get on with being alive. And what is alive about you is going to be alive forever. And there is no place to hide and nowhere to go. Surrender. Surrender is a big theme in these books and in most spiritual books. It's a surrender to the desire, to the will of the Father, in Jesus' words, or the will of Spirit, of Source. It's the surrender to our true nature and how we are already loved, we're already perfect, and we are already created as we are meant to be. So mastery, he says in this lesson, one step of it, one important step, is taking responsibility for what pebbles you pick up and drop into that pool of awareness of your thoughts, what thoughts you choose to have. Mastery is a state in which you have embraced yourself as ceaseless creator and assumed complete responsibility for everything which comes into the field of your awareness, without judging it, so that you can simply decide whether it's going to stay or be dissolved in its effects. Mastery is fearlessness, no longer fearing the infinite creative power of your perfect union with God. I and my Father are one, is one expression of mastery. And then he ends the lesson with a question and an affirmation. Am I, as a creative being, made in the image of God, willing to deliberately, consciously, and actively choose being responsible for which thoughts, which pebbles are dropped into my mind in each moment? And if the answer is yes, what do I want the new pebbles to be? What vibrational qualities will I call to myself and thereby create my tomorrows? The Way of the Heart and all of the Way of Mastery books are available free online at womlibrary.com. All these videos that I'm doing are just little tastes of each lesson. They don't really replace the whole lesson, so I definitely recommend you checking out the whole lesson. If you like it, please like it, and check out the next lesson, lesson 9. Thank you.